In this video, I will be attempting to paint a speckled darter. Now, as you see from the picture I'm choosing, it's a little difficult. And don't be intimidated by that. You can look at it two ways. You can be intimidated, or you can see opportunity for artistic interpretation. That's what I'm going to call it. I start with a silver belly, and I'll leave this silver up on the sides a hair, pretty close to where a lateral line would be at. The reason I didn't prime this one, if you look at a picture of a darter, they're translucent. And I will say too, if you look at 10 different pictures of a speckled darter, it'll look like 10 different fish. Remember what I said about artistic interpretation? It works in your benefit, fellas. Choose the hard stuff. I would tell people all the time, don't be intimidated by the hard stuff, because sometimes it comes out pretty good. And if it doesn't come out pretty good, you learn something, or you should. In this part, I'm putting orange. Now, the camera doesn't really do a good job showing this orange. It looks red. Don't fret, because right here, I'm putting red on. And my favorite part of this whole video is coming up momentarily. But I'm just running some red along this lateral line. Nothing too heavy. And here's my favorite part. Oh yeah, I don't know what's going on. I drain my compressor all the time. I have a dehumidifier going. I just keep getting water. Now that I think about it, maybe it's getting too hot and whatever. It's been a consistent problem the past month for me, is water in my compressor and in the lines. Who cares? I decided that this looked a little too orange. So that's when I decided to put some transparent sand. And here's me putting it into the embroidery hoops. I don't know who told me this, but if you use magnets, this is so much easier. So much easier. It holds it perfectly in place. It does a great job. So remember how I was spraying silver earlier? We're spraying silver again. I want the scales to have a little bit of silver glimmer to it. Now, to be honest, it didn't really come out exactly how I had envisioned. I think it worked, though. I should also mention I sprayed some yellow along the belly from that middle hook hanger to the bill. I must have forgot to put that video in here. It is what it is. So here's the big reveal. Let's see what we're working with. You got a good start. That's a good start to a speckled darter. I'll take it. After looking at the bait for a couple minutes, I decided that some gold would suit me well. And if you look at where I'm spraying, and I'll give you this right here. This is a good lesson for you. I'm never spraying directly at that lateral line. I'm aiming for that contour along the back. This will allow the paint to fade nicely onto the side of the bait. It makes it blend a lot better. As for this part, I'm going to give you a pro tip. Just go for it. A lot of times when you're sitting there thinking, oh, I got to make it perfect, that's when mistakes will happen. And I don't show the other side, but on the other side, I kind of gave a little more oomph, a little more paint, and just went for it. And I thought the other side looked pretty good. Now, I think both sides look fairly good, but that's just what I would do in retrospect. In the moment, it's hard to overcome that anxiety of messing the bait up, which is kind of ridiculous to say, but it is a real thing. You don't like getting to this point where you've already spent quite a bit of time and mess it up because of a line. So you want to go softly, and that's not a bad idea. But in this case, I think I'd have been better suited. Just give her a little more oomph and do it in one stroke. I noticed too that they got kind of lines up around the nose. I wasn't about to draw lines for this. I just give it a little blue. Give it the essence of blue around the eyes. You remember what I said about you look at 10 pictures of darters, you get 10 different darters. This is a good example. I noticed quite a few of them had some black on the back. I thought this bait looked a little dull, so I wanted to add the black. I used this mesh. It gives it some scaling down onto the side. I find that doing that scaling always makes a bait look more professional. And if you look at a darter, they don't really have black scaling. They do have some black dots and stuff, so it kind of works with this bait. And I'm just a sucker for black scaling and black backs. And really, now that I think about it, a lot of fish have black backs. I mean, I think of bass, crappie, bluegill. I mean, the list goes on and on. A few exceptions to that rule, like blue cats, channel cats. I'm sure there's more. But typically, fish will have a darker back than a side. So that's my excuse for putting a black back. I think it looks good. I think it really brings the contrast out. Whereas before, when you just had the red, the orange, the silver, and the blue, it doesn't necessarily look very good. It's just too much brightness for my liking. And to kind of mute that black a little bit, I'm going to spray some shift over it. This is just some gold and green shift. It makes this bait look a little more lively. It makes it look a little more bait-like. That's another good example. If you ever look at crappie are a great example of this. They have a glimmer to them. They're not just blue, white, and green and all these colors, but they kind of have a shimmer to them. If you're not using color shift, that will instantly bring your game up. Here's our final product, clear coated and everything. I think it came out pretty good. Make sure you guys subscribe. Make sure you get notifications on. Follow me on Whatnot, Facebook, Minmo Tackle across the board. Thank you guys for checking it out. I hope you guys liked this bait. It was a fun one to do. If you have any suggestions in the future, comment it below. Thank you.